It's been a long time since I've uploaded any YouTube videos, and recently I purchased this protective case for a 3DS that I own. Now, you've got to be a bit careful if you own a 3DS, whether it's a new or an old one. There are two different models and there's not much of a difference in the names. You've got to be real careful because I've got the new 3DS, which is what it's called, so somebody at Nintendo didn't really think too much about the naming conventions that they wanted to use with this. Bad. But other than that, overall, I like how the actual texture is for this hard case. Now, I haven't bothered testing to see whether or not it's bogan proof, so I haven't bashed it against anything. But it doesn't sort of slip out of your hand easily, which is quite good. Now, without the case, it's a little bit smooth, but still nice to keep it good and protected. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm mostly sitting at my computer desk. I'll either be watching a movie or I'll be surfing on the internet while I'm also, well, on this. So, two things at once. For something that's worth about $20, it's probably a good investment if you're looking at returning this later on and cashing it in for, say, the next model, whenever it comes out. But, yeah, I've got a bit of a spat with this case. So, let's take a look. On the back side, you have this rather interesting case, storage area for your cartridges. I'm a little bit against actually keeping cartridges in here because if you want this in your bag and it's rattling around in there and something just happens to go drink, it can either eject the cartridge or it can also damage the cartridge. I have lost one SD card having it floating around in my backpack with a very basic plastic case on it. Something jammed into it and caused the actual the IC to split. So the SD card ended up being completely useless. All the data on it was gone. Now, for a lot of people this might actually be a good thing and you might like the idea about being able to carry around 2 extra cartridges, but for me, if I take cartridges with me, I put them into a bag. So this is really unnecessary for what I want, and the way I use it makes it really, really irritating. So, when I'm sitting at my desk, the way I like to have it is set like this. So I don't have to bend my head down too far. I can just look down and see, oh, okay, so click, 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 and move on. There's only one problem. I don't always like to sit there and have my hands on the 3DS. So when I let it go, this is a balance problem. Now there's a very quick and easy way to get around this, and that would simply I can jam it up between my keyboard, or if I lob something underneath the 3DS at the back here to prevent it from falling back, it works. But yeah, this bit here makes it unbalanced and it's rather irritating. So now there is another way I can have it sit. If I have the screen in the first position, it's fine. It'll sit there. But it's also awkward to look at in this position. I much prefer to have it like this. And it works. But unfortunately, I can see it, fortunately, it falls down.